Today we're going to put the DJI Mini 4 Pro to the ultimate test when it comes to track me and at the same time descend and ascend in elevation. And I did this test with the DJI Mini 3 Pro about a year ago, and I hope that the DJI Mini 4 Pro is going to perform at least as good as that one did. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to drop a link to that one in the comment box and the description box. You can watch that video as well, because that is a really fascinating one. So we're going to walk this kind of tricky trail down here, and then after that, when we had reached the bottom, hopefully we're not going to crash the drone on our way down. And then after that, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna walk the same path up again. And the tricky thing by walking upwards is that the drone has to realize that it actually has to ascend in height to be able to, well, not crash into the ground. And I'm also going to show you the dirty feed from the drone and the remote, so you can see the elevation, how it looks with how high we are above the takeoff point, because of course when we are walking downwards we will actually be below the takeoff point. So it's going to be interesting to see how the drone reacts and indicate that as well. So now it's time to unfold this beauty. Let's start up the remote and the drone. I just love doing these videos because it's so much fun to see how the drones actually can track and do things like this, because it's just so fascinating. So even if I've seen and done this millions of times, well, I haven't done it millions of times, but even if I have done it so many times before, it's as exciting every single time I'm gonna do this. So the drone is starting up, it's waiting for the satellites to connect. Let's go through the settings we have here so we can make sure everything is set up correctly. I have set the obstacle avoidance action to bypass, which means that it should follow the terrain better and it should move around obstacles that show up. If you have it on brake, it just brakes and we will not continue. Bypassing option, we have that one in normal. We could try that one in nifty maybe afterwards, just to see if there is a difference. I usually don't use nifty just because I think it flies way too close to obstacles and the risk of crashing the drone is way too big. Advanced return to home, I have that to optimal. I'm gonna have return to home altitude. When we look at the surrounding here, I think that 30 meters should be fine. And the maximum altitude is 120 meters. Everything else looks good here in the settings. So let's go back. Let's see, we have got our satellites connected. Starting up the drone, taking off. I'm here, let's focus on me, let's drag the rectangle so we can have the ActiveTrack here. We have ActiveTrack like that. Spotlight, that is something else. I have a video about that. So now we have ActiveTrack enabled. Let's just move back a little bit to see how it works. Yes, it looks like that is working. No, we are still on Spotlight. We have to do ActiveTrack. Let's see if I just take ActiveTrack and go. And the drone is flying backwards. Hopefully it's not flying into things already. Let's go backwards. Hopefully it's not gonna fly into this building and house we have here. The drone is doing some fancy things. One thing that I always do when I do things like this, that is to hold my thumb over the pause button so I can brake the drone, because I really don't want to crash it. So let's see how this works. Let's start our walk down here. So first it's going to be pretty simple. We're just going to walk down here. Here we have some branches. I just don't like those small things because it's so easy for the drone to just crash into it. This looks good. It's performing well here. Let's go down here. We have all these small branches here also. Ooh, we did a nice little turn. It's fantastic. Go down here. It ascends well. Let's see what it looks like here. It looks good in the display also. Oh, I'm gonna take the stairs so I'm not falling. Okay, let's see how it does this around a tree. Yep, it picked it up. I think it's way too close sometimes to the trees and stuff. And there's another tree. It did it. It didn't crash. Okay, oh, go. Look here. It was almost like it was flying into that thing. I don't like that at all. Not one single bit when it's doing things like that. Okay, let's go down here. And hopefully we'll see that we have glass there. No, it lost me. It lost me. It lost me. Okay, let's see if we can turn the drone around here. That is just because we had glass there. I think that is the reason why it lost me. Let's see. Let's start the ActiveTrack here again. ActiveTrack and go. Let's see. Carefully. At least it didn't crash into the glass. That could have been interesting. Okay, so it takes that path. Okay. Now it's doing some kind of crazy moves here again. I'm not a big fan of. We managed to get down here at least. So in one of my next videos now, I'm gonna track myself when I'm driving one of these Sea-Doos. So you better sign up for my channel notifications by subscribing and hitting that notify me on all videos. So now let's try to change this a little bit. Instead of manual and parallel, let's put this one to auto instead. Manual is the position that I set it to track. So if I set it to track me from behind, it should stay behind. And that is relative to my movement. So if I'm moving this way, this is behind. If I then turn that way, that is behind from there. So that is how it should work. So now we have it on auto instead. So let's see how this works when we're gonna walk up here again. No, it did not track me. Oh, it's locked on a location instead of a person. That's why we got that location lock there. Okay, so let's see if it can recognize me when I'm standing up. Yep, now we are locked on. Let's try to... Oh, we are locked on spotlight. It has not enabled ActiveTrack yet. Let's click ActiveTrack, auto, and go. Now we are locked on for tracking, and now it's gonna switch position depending on how I'm walking. And I don't know, I'm just not trusting all these auto determining features. Okay, now it switches. It's not gonna track me parallel anymore. It's gonna track me from behind, and this is tricky to get in here. It's too much. Ooh. Okay, don't fly into things again. And it does those sideways flights here. More tricky for me to walk up here than for the drone to fly. Oh, don't crash into that tree. Don't crash into that tree. Okay. Gonna lose me behind here. I think it does. I think it lost me. It did. So now we have to rearrange this. So this auto thing, I mean, it thinks that it's clever to go that way, but obviously it's not. Try to put it back here. Okay, go closer. Let's drag a rectangle around me. And then let's take ActiveTrack and I'm able to select object. Okay, only supports human, but I am kind of human. So ActiveTrack, let's do manual. So it's gonna track me from behind. And I've set these thing here to track me close. That could be to track farther behind. I don't wanna have that. It's gonna be here. Oh, now it's trying to figure out where behind is. That's what I don't really like about that, but that's how it is. Try to do this again. Ooh! Now it should go behind because it should realize that that is not behind me. It doesn't really. It's just tracking me from front instead. Okay. Let's realize that I'm going behind here, so it needs to reposition itself. Maybe. No, it didn't. Or it catched up again. It's taking a really crazy turn here. What is going on, DJI? Yep, subject lost. Of course it's lost when you do stupid things like that. Why is it doing crazy things like that? That's just so stupid. Okay, let's see. Let's bring it down again. I'm so happy I'm not on nifty mode because I think we would have crashed. ActiveTrack, manual, and go. And why did the drone not realize that I was walking that direction, so it should track me behind instead? Because that is what I set it to do. It actually tracked me from front. Let's see if it can follow me up here. And now it's doing kind of a good thing. So what if I'm approaching it now? Will it turn around because it is set to track me from behind? Let's try this again, okay? Hopefully it knows that we have some trees here. Still try to track me from the front here. Look, I've said this before, but the ActiveTrack of the DJI Mini 4 Pro is not working as stable as it did on the DJI Mini 3 Pro. And this is another evidence of this, because I never had these kind of issues with the DJI Mini 3 Pro. But with the DJI Mini 4 Pro, then we have issues. Let's do this again. Let's do this square, ActiveTrack, go. And again, look here, it says that we are going to track from behind. We're not going to track from the front. That it was doing. It should have turned around, realized what direction I was walking, and then tracked me from behind. But it didn't. So look here, when I'm walking this way, down here, okay, look, it's still tracking me from front. It should have turned around and tracked me from the back, but it doesn't. Look, it keeps tracking me from front. And there's a tree. What if I go down here? Will it now turn around and then track me from behind? Look here. Look, so now it's switched to track me from behind. And if I approach it again, now it should turn around, realize from what direction I'm coming, and turn around and track me from behind. Well, now it just reverses back there. But if I do like this, we can have it to walk up and down these stairs also. Down here, did it perform the way you thought it should? I don't know. I'm not very satisfied. I'm not 100% satisfied at least. DJI Mini 3 Pro didn't do this. The next thing we can do, that is to see each other in that video up here, because that is the video that YouTube recommended to watch. And the bottom one here, that is the DJI Mini 4 Pro playlist. If you would like to see this video for the DJI Mini 3 Pro, I'll link to that one as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.